Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Fiji's filthiest restaurants revealed. Public health measures in place following US couple death. And China-US trade war could benefit Fiji.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Restaurant operators around the country are now under the radar of the Consumer Council for continuous poor hygiene practices. Speaking exclusively to FBC News, the consumer watchdog reveals that the health and safety of consumers are being put at risk due to restaurant owners' laxity and ignorance. Pranita Prakash reports 74 restaurants were inspected in the last few days and some have been issued with warning letters.
Behind the scenes of some restaurants around the country were exposed by the Consumer Council during the inspection, taking the word dirty to the next level with the presence of pests such as cockroaches, dead flies, foul smell and greasy stove woods, to name a few.
The kitchen was in mess, it was really dirty, and the places where food were served were not up to the standard. So what we actually did was we gave warning letters. At the same time, we have informed the relevant authorities.
The council chief executive has raised concerns that restaurant owners are not complying with food establishment regulation, which came into effect 8 years ago.
If they open a restaurant, they should know that there is a hygiene practice that they need to follow. There is a hygiene standard in Fiji. Despite knowing this, they seem to not care. So sometimes if you enter a restaurant, you'll see, consumers will definitely agree with me that, there are a lot of pests like flies, cockroaches. The people are not wearing the required gloves or hairnet while preparing or serving food. So these are some of the things that they need to focus on, but yet they are not practicing those things.
The health minister says this is a serious issue and the Food and Safety Unit is looking into it.
They will continue to strengthen their monitoring and observation and testings because it's in the interest of all Fijians.
The Consumer Council is also calling on the municipal councils to carry out checks to ensure that restaurant owners are complying with the requirements. The council also believes that those restaurant owners who repeatedly fail to comply with the hygiene standard need to be closed down. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Health Ministry has put in place necessary public health measures following the death of 2 American citizens in Nandi over the weekend. It is investigating to find what killed the Fort Worth, Texas couple who arrived into the country on May 22nd. Kelly Vadala reports.
The Health Ministry is working with relevant stakeholders to investigate the cause of death of David Paul and his wife Michelle, who were holidaying in Fiji.
There's information that further testing will let us know, so at the moment, to be really sure, we're utilizing overseas expertise also in terms of testing. But at this time, as I've said earlier, we've taken all precautionary measures. Fortunately, no one else has been relatively unwell as that has happened to the couple, and for that we are grateful.
The ministry confirms the couple became ill and sought medical attention. Although they were provided standard medical treatment, their conditions progressively worsened, and despite the best efforts, they died within a few days of each other. The health minister says those who came in contact with the couple are under observation.
The most important thing that we need to realize at the moment is that no one else has been relatively unwell, despite us being very, very cautious about it. And, all those who may have been in contact, we are monitoring them and evaluating them.
Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy in Fiji is working with the government, police and health officials on the matter. At this point, it is not aware of any specific public health threat to the community. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
We're now joining Kelly Vadala live from Suva. Kelly, you've been closely following this case and there's been a lot of public interest around it as well. What else can you tell us about the couple and the investigation?
Jackie, David and Jane Michelle Paul, both in their 30s, had embarked on a romantic trip to Fiji, leaving their daughter and 2-year-old son back at Fort Worth, Texas. According to some international news agencies, the couple tried to get away on trips with each other annually and had been planning a journey to Fiji for some time. It was also said that the family were informed that the couple picked up some kind of virus that was strong enough to leave the healthy couple debilitated. We also spoke to a medical center in Lautoka who informed us that the 2 staff who was involved in providing medical services to the 2 victims on the day they were found are doing well. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that update, Kelly. The Fiji Roads Authority will be introducing its digitalized traffic signals by next year. FRA says work on this has already begun as signals which will be compatible with the new system are already being installed. This is expected to greatly assist in curbing the traffic issue being faced by motorists. Catherine Krishna reports.
The first batch of these compatible lights will be installed in Nandi.
A lot of it is changing the entire traffic signal, the entire setup at the junction. Some are for new junctions and some are being changed. So, for example, Nawaka on the Nandi Back Road, that is a particularly serious location that needs traffic signals. So that will be a totally new setup. We're just waiting for the arrival of the light fittings now, and that'll be done as a first-time traffic signal in Nawaka.
Mua says after installing the lights in Nandi, they will move to Suva and then to the other parts of the country.
First one's been Nandi, but the first batch will cover Nandi and Suva. And then the second batch there'll be more for Suva, some for Lautoka. There's different deliveries coming through.
For the digital one, it saves time. It's easier.
I think this new system will be helping the traffic.
Yes, I think this will really help Fiji because of the traffic we're having in the morning and afternoon.
The FRA says they've already placed orders for these new modern traffic signals. The consignment is expected to reach Fiji next month. However, the new digitalized system will be introduced next year. Catherine Krishna, ABC News.
4 days out from the national budget, the ongoing trade tensions between the United States and China may be of advantage to Fiji and other countries, believes academic Dr. Rohit Kishore. Last month, the United States imposed 25% tariffs on $200 billion worth of imports from China and is threatening tariffs on an additional $325 billion in Chinese goods. China retaliated, promising to raise tariffs further on $60 billion in U.S. exports. Ritika Pratap reports on how this trade war could benefit a small country like Fiji.
While the recent trade tensions have created panic and turmoil on the world stock market, some experts in the economic field are thinking otherwise.
US-China trade uncertainty on Brexit too. As you may know, that we already signed an MOU with UK in respect of our sugar going there.
But I see advantage there, how all bad things may have, always have something good there.
China sells a lot of its products to America, and Dr. Kishore believes if the trade war escalates, China will start looking at alternative markets to sell its products intended for the American market. This is where countries like Fiji can start benefiting.
Maybe it will give opportunity to Fiji and other countries, because America will do a slack on them, to buy this stockpile from China, good quality product at a reasonably good price. So that might be the opportunity, that might be advantage to Fiji and other smaller countries if that war really goes to full, like a trade war.
While the common refrain is that nobody wins in a trade war, analysts say the impacts will vary on economies and sectors. And in some cases, it even may be positive. Well, Fiji is hoping just for that. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Still to come, more people applying for bus fare assistance. And Australia's Foreign Affairs Minister makes official visit to Fiji. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Ilambasa, ya ndo talita ina warong Nambula FM nambando ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong Nambula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Wana tuma Nambula FM, nambando ay nasere namalwan.
The Fiji First government will continue to fight against ethnic discrimination and while ensuring racial tolerance in Fiji. Speaking to FBC News, Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says too often race has been used as a political tool. Ali Kimbia with the story.
The Attorney General has called for more maturity from politicians while speaking on issues.
They need to mature a lot more. They need to get out of the siege mentality, which I think exists also within SODELTA. They need to get out of the siege mentality and be a lot more, future focused.
Despite the work of Fiji First government to remove ethnic hatred and discrimination, Said Qayyum says some politicians continue to personalize issues.
He turned this into an entire, ethnic issue and personalizing issues and, all sorts of things. So, unfortunately, the kind of leadership I think that's been provided by NFP is quite, minimal. In fact, I would say it's quite zero from that perspective.
The 2013 Constitution states that no one must not be unfairly discriminated on the grounds of his or her race, culture and ethnicity. Said Qayyum says politicians should come up with positive discussions of nation building.
Be a lot more positive, not be purveyors or conveyors of, gloom and doom.
FBC News have sent questions to SODELPA and NFP to comment on the issue. The Attorney General says the government will continue to deliver what is best for all Fijians. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The number of people with disabilities applying for bus fare assistance has increased. Executive Director of the Spinal Injury Association of Fiji says when the initiative started, only 11,000 people were being assisted under the scheme. However, it has now increased by 6,000 more. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Executive Director of the Spinal Injury Association says that 11,000 has now risen to more than 17,000 people with disabilities being assisted by the initiative.
This has given more opportunities to families to actually address persons with disability in their families, within the community.
Wakaniyasi says they have submitted for funds to maintain the continuity of the initiative in the upcoming budget.
The key for us in the announcement of the budget is a continuity in these areas. We've put in our pitch to it. Our government has endorsed the implementation plan of the next 5 years. Now is the budgetary component to making that implementation plan a reality.
The Assistant Minister for Women and Children highlighted some of the allocations provided in the last budget that empowered people with disabilities and made them visible.
1.1 million for grants to organizations which provide service to persons living with disabilities. 1 million to the FNCDP to carry out its role under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act.
$580,000 from the last budget was allocated for a Western Disability Center, which was approved in March and is currently being built. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The chance to support the development at the Republic of Fiji Military Forces Black Rock Camp in Nadi is a great one, says Australia's Foreign Affairs Minister Payne. Payne, who was on a 3-day visit to Fiji as the newly appointed Foreign Minister, toured the camp this morning. Her visit aims to strengthen relations on the continued Fiji-Australia Matavu Vale partnership as announced by the Prime Ministers of the two countries.
The Minister and I were just discussing the impact this is going to have in the region in terms of the capacity to train, not just across militaries like the RFMF, but also other forces like police, who often are part of our peacekeeping work internationally. And Australia, the RFMF, have a long history of working together.
Mind lecture, cultural education and the spiritual growth of young people are some of the major topics of discussions during the International Youth Fellowship Camp currently underway in Suva. The contributor-supported organisation says the 3-day camp will help enhance young people to understand diverse cultures and help embrace differences in everyday lives. Sanyani Boiler reports.
The International Youth Fellowship is the largest youth organization in the world and is dedicated to the spiritual, intellectual and emotional growth of young people.
IYF is now resolving the problem of youth that all the countries around the world are commonly facing right now.
Participants say the 3-day camp is a good time to learn more
about the importance of having a great mindset because it affects our decisions.
It's new to us, but all over the world they actually pay money to listen to these things, to change their mindset, but we are so lucky that they give it for free.
I could say that IYF changed my life because, and also I don't have any dream before, but through this IYF I could really point out in my life one dream. So I could be able to chase that dream.
It's like the same kind of things that IYF stand for, that not giving up attitude. You stop for nothing until you reach your dream. And that is what I love about it.
The International Youth Fellowship has more than 3,000 participants from other countries, including the Pacific region and also locally. The fellowship ends tomorrow. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Later in sports, Jamie will have all the very latest on our Fiji Sevens boys. But first, Rachel joins us for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, BSP introduces touch-and-go Visa debit cards. And ingrowing Fiji Judicial Department to start nationwide expansion. Stay with us.
For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger.
Leading business tonight, the Bank South Pacific is taking a lead role towards creating a cashless society. This says the touch-and-go Visa debit cards are now available at all BSP branch Fiji-wide. BSP country head Harun Ali says the cards are chip-based to counter the many fraud cases encountered in the Pacific recently. Ali says the card's touch-and-go capability ensures that the card does not leave the customer's hand.
You just tap it on the machine up to a limit of $50 per transaction, and it will not ask for PIN either. So you just touch and go, and you pay for your goods.
And Tanifa from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the Money World.
Let's have a quick look at the latest from the Forex market. The US dollar was on the defensive today after taking a beating against peers such as the euro and the yen. Hurt by a sharp slide in the U.S. Treasury yields, traders raised their bets for a near-term rate cut by the Federal Reserve. Meanwhile, U.S. manufacturing growth slowed further in May to its weakest pace in more than 2.5 years, defying expectations of a modest rebound. Elsewhere, sterling had sunk to the 5-month low, weighed by the prospect of Britain choosing a Eurosceptic prime minister who could take a hard line on Brexit. Closer to home, immediate focus is on the Reserve Bank of Australia's policy decision, expected today when it is expected to cut its cash rate to an all-time low of 1.25%. With the policy easing largely priced in, traders are waiting on the RBA's statement for any hint of further rate cuts. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to today's exchange rates as it was set this morning, with the world foreign exchange market still dealing with the latest U.S. trade tariffs and the controversy over Brexit. The Fiji dollar was up and down today. Our dollar showed strength, gaining against the currencies of our major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand, and also was on the rise against the euro, but slipped slightly against the other currencies we cover. Looking at the commodities market, oil prices rose slightly, remaining around $53 a barrel. Gold was up as well at $1,323 an ounce, and silver followed suit, closing at $14.74 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, the Judicial Department will soon start its nationwide expansion to provide easy access to justice for all Fijians. Acting Chief Justice Kamal Kumar revealed the Judicial Department's strategic plan includes major construction to be undertaken around the country. Kuretan Dalala reports.
Justice Kumar says the strategic plan aims to help vulnerable groups as well as those living in rural areas. In partnership with European Union, Kamal says they expect some of the goals of the project to come to fruition early next year.
We intend to build a court in between Navva to Uneda City corridor. So we are liaising with Director of Town and Country Planning for them to identify a place for us to build a court. We also see completion of court premises Nasinu by, I would say, by early 2020.
The Fiji Judicial Department also plans to build a National Judicial Academy to help address the difficulty in recruiting qualified personnel for the judicial offices.
We also want to establish a National Judicial Academy. Not going to happen overnight. We are still on the terms of reference, was called for terms of reference for approved it.
UNDP resident representative Vinit Bhatia says they will work hand in hand with Fiji in developing their plans.
And the project supports access to justice for impoverished and vulnerable groups by empowering people to access their legal rights and services and strengthening key justice institutions to deliver services.
The European Union, in partnership with Fiji's judicial departments, plans to build 3 more high courts in Lautoka. Chief Registrar Johan Liange says the judicial department's expansion plan will provide more reliable and timely access to justice. Corey Tandulala, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the Business Desk for tonight. Jamie's up next with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening in sports tonight. Celebration awaits Fiji's 7th side. And Fiji's Andi Winimekula impresses at Junior Weightlifting Championship. There's some more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
All Rugby Sevens Rookie of the Year, Melindera Nalangi, has dedicated his award to his father, Ratu Vunianindera Nalangi, a former Fiji Sevens rep himself, who was part of the Fiji team that won the first Paris Sevens tournament in 1996, before the formation of the World Seven Series format. Ratu Vuniani says his son became the talk of the village the day he joined the national side and is proud of the player he's developing into. Kurei Tandolala reports.
Speaking to FBC Sports, Ratu Vuniani says seeing his son in the World 7 stage reminds him of his younger days.
Me and my siblings, when we were growing up, rugby was our life. But for son Meli, he started playing rugby at a really young age at Nawaka district.
An emotional Vuniani adds he is proud of his son's achievement.
I think his obedience, respect, and his values has taken him to such heights. I'm really proud of him and his achievements. I always advise him to put God first in everything he do, and now it's slowly paying off.
Known for his crazy offloads, Ratu Melindera Nalangi has become a household name in Fiji after stamping his mark in the World 7 Series.
It was quite surprising, but it's meant a lot for the previous work and effort that was made during the training. So I want to thank my teammates too. Without them, without their motivation, I wouldn't be standing here right now or today. It motivates me because it was 23 years ago that I didn't even see him play, but I had lots of story about him. So that's what motivates me and keep me on working to achieve what he had achieved.
Meanwhile, the Fiji Airways 7 side will arrive in the country tomorrow and a major celebration awaits them. Koroi Tantulala, FBC Sports.
Former Fiji Sevens captain Kalione Nosoko is hoping for a big celebration for the Fiji Sevens team. Speaking to FBC Sports, Nosoko says the players have worked hard and sacrificed a lot to achieve their goal for the season, and their achievements should be celebrated with their fans. Apanisa Wangai Rondobu reports.
There's been a lot of wins for the boys this season, and the former Sevens captain says it will feel good to have a national celebration.
Back-to-back, it's the first time.
So that's history in Fiji, first time. And also the 5 year in a row. Yeah, there should be a celebration for the whole nation to be able to see the fans and thank the boys for the great job that they did in the last 2 legs in the series.
Fiji Rugby Union Chief Executive says there are discussions of a major celebration and they will confirm the details later this week.
We've also having discussions with Ministry of Youth and Sports, and hopefully by the end of today and tomorrow we should be finalizing a program. I think one of the things is the players usually when they get home, they want, because they've been away for too long, is to get quickly back to their families and then looking to maybe the next weekend and to plan some sort of celebration.
The Fiji Away Sevens team will arrive into the country tomorrow. Apinisa Wangrendobu, FBC Sports.
Felipe Naikaso joins us live now from Nawaka, Nandi, where the Fiji Sevens team will be officially welcomed. Felipe, what does tomorrow's program look like?
Yes, Jamie, I'm here at the Nawaka village, and this is a village that has produced a number of rugby sevens players, also in the 15s, and one in particular is the current World Rugby Sevens Rookie of the Year, Meli Dernalangi. Also, the Nawaka village will be hosting the Fiji Sevens team when they arrive into the country. The arrival for tomorrow is scheduled for 8:30 a.m. They will also be meeting the Minister for Youth and Sports and also the CEO for the Fiji Rugby Union at the VIP guest lounge at the Nandi International Airport. From there, they will make their way to the arrivals section where the fans and also the families will await their Sevens heroes. And this is a time they'll be given for them to just mingle, take some photos before they will be taken away, or they'll be brought here to the Nawaka village where there's a whole big ceremony that's planned out. I'm currently here and there's tents that's already been erected, and the villagers are preparing for the Sevens team that will be arriving tomorrow. A full traditional welcome ceremony is planned for the Sevens team. I'm also been told that the president for the Fiji Rugby Union, Vorenge Banmarama, will be here at the village, and he will be giving out bonuses to the Sevens players for their performances at the London and Paris, and also for winning the IRB 7 series. Jamie.
The Fiji Rugby Union confirms there is no issues with the budget for the Fiji Airways flying Fijians to the Rugby World Cup in Japan later this year. Chief Executive John O'Connor made the reassurance after coach John McKee made a few changes to his coaching staff. McKee has released the defense coach Peter Ryan and recruited former Flying Fijians and Chiefs assistant coach Tabai Matson to be his assistant. Ryan took to social media saying he is being removed as a result of a budget issue, which the FRU strongly refutes. O'Connor says McKee is responsible for the Flying Fijians and changes to his coaching staff is his decision. He has released defense coach Peter Ryan and recruited former Flying Fijians and Chiefs assistant coach Tabai Matson to be his assistant. Ryan took to social media that he is being removed as a result of budget issues, with the FRU strongly refutes. O'Connor says McKee is responsible for the Flying Fijians and changes to his coaching staff is his decision. The Junior World Weightlifting Competition is expected to intensify in the coming days. Weightlifting Fiji President Atma Maharaj says Fiji has some promising athletes who are doing far better than expected. One such athlete has been Andi Winnie Mekula, who's been impressive over the last 4 days.
One of our own athletes competing in the women's 59 kg, and she did well. She just started only 4 or 5 months ago, and being able to get onto the world stage and have 5 out of 6 lifts is better than most of the top lifters that Fiji has produced in the past would be able to do. So we're very happy with that, and she's one of our future talents.
Cecilia Sevula has formally withdrawn from the Fiji athletics team to the Pacific Games. The confirmation was received from the president of the Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee, Joseph Roden Sr., saying that Sevula has a career offer as a flight attendant with Fiji Airways. Roden Sr. adds the start of Sevula's cabin crew training clashes with the dates of the Pacific Games. Therefore, she will not be available to represent Fiji. Sevula is being substituted by Braylon Lee, who will run in the 4x100 meters and 100 meters events. The Pacific Games will be held in Samoa from the 7th to the 20th of next month. Lambasa football team is currently liaising with the Savu Town Council about hosting their next Vodafone Premier League match against Rewa this Saturday. Team manager Nilesh Lal says this is due to the closure of Subrel Park in Lambasa due to OHS concerns. Lal adds that while they've had an extended break since the Fiji Fact, the team is ready to get back into the thick of things in round 2 of the VPL this weekend.
At the moment, I cannot confirm the timing as we will need to also get the timing from the travelling of Rewa team to Savu and back. So yeah, at this stage, mostly highly chances that we'll have our match this weekend in Savu at Ganilao Park.
In today's play of the day, the Toronto Raptors' Norman Powell throwing down an amazing dunk after great team play. That's it from sports tonight. You can join Angie later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and wonderful, a look at the world's largest model train set. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In new media tonight, we take a look at this credit card size nano suction pad designed to stick to the back of your smartphone. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the weather world. Can these conditions get any prettier? I mean, it's getting cooler and less humid by day. The expected conditions we all are enjoying. The joyous festival of Eid is almost here. Perfect timing with this clear sunny spell. Now taking a look in the west, humid sunny weather. The sea is a bit cold, so you might want to be careful there. Eastwards from Pakhabarasuva, sunny but cool. And up north, more of the same sunny conditions. At sea, southeast winds 15 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 1:23 a.m. and low tide at 7:34 a.m. Sunrise at 6:32. For tomorrow, more wonderful drier spells. How awesome is that? Tomorrow's temps, Savu takes the coolest spot this time at 27 degrees. And looking further on to Thursday, this sunshine is here to stay. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, do you think the digitalization of traffic lights will solve traffic congestion?
Yes, it will be good for the drivers.
No, because there are a lot of cars.
When the automatic traffic lights coming, it helps us a lot, especially when we are in a hurry.
Yes, it'll be good because traffic will move.
Yes, it will be good as it allows traffic to flow.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, a look at the world's largest model train set. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji's filthiest restaurants revealed, public health measures in place following US couple's death, and China-US trade war could benefit for Fiji. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. A poll question this week we're asking, should our Sevens players be given cash incentives after winning the World 7 Series? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day was sent in by Rusiate Whippy, beautiful sunset shot that's overlooking the runway from the main road towards Nandi International Airport. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight from the team and I. Good night.
Bula, nevango malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya o basit sai sa ilambasa, ya untuk talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Gue do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Nevango fani na tao no singa toka, kita untuk talita kana Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.